an accident. The cat jumped out and scared me, and I was like, and I slipped. Like I slipped, I was going to fall on the cat, and so I like shifted. You know, I have you want I don't know, you wouldn't know it, but I have like sometimes I have quick reflexes, and I shifted out of the way. But when I shifted, I lost my footing on my left foot, spun around, and landed perpendicular to the tub, breaking a couple of my ribs here. So, but I've been watching a lot of Def Leppard documentaries recently, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. You gotta just try to do it as best you can, and that's what will heal you. So I'm gonna try to do the show, and if I shout out suddenly, I'm like, ow! Maybe it'll be like James Brown. I'm like, help me out! So check it out. Let's see what I can do here. So if we're a little low power today, now you know why. All right, now let's see if I can get back up. We'll get the show on the road. Oh no! I have a click track going. I'm not sure what to do. If try to do it with the click or not. Oh. I already was 1,000 years old. Now I'm 2,000. Try to do it quantized. Oh, we had missing one of my lights here. Okay. Just do a test. Okay, it's gonna be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 lead in. Oh, sorry, you guys. You're here for all the downtime. I'll cut it up into fillets for the end of the week. I saw one from last week I'm trying to cut out. Okay, I guess that's ready. Okay. So basically I got 8 to 10 days of extreme pain and pneumonia risks. So I have to do my exercises. I have one of those little machines, you know, to help you incentivize your breathing exercises. To encourage myself to cough, even if it's painful, and then I'll be right as rain, 4 to 8 weeks. I think you're just going to have to accept the slower pace. Oh, no! Slower pace today. And if I start shouting out suddenly, I have a couple broken ribs. I've done really well at tuning before I start the broadcast, but today, just doing my best to make it work. Here we go. me see if I can crank up the music here for you guys. Woo. Okay, I'm just going to switch to banjo real quick. Oh, no. Okay, having a little trouble here and there. Okay. Yo, yo, yo! Thanks for sticking around. Here we go. I'll get the beat louder. You guys think I'm crazy? The tuner's like a little weird. It does some weird freezes up and stuff. I guess I could be crazy and it's independent of whether the tuner's working or not. Can you still hear the beat? That's it's still there. Let's keep going here. You got to put your pain into your art. Doing really well on this thing. you guys for checking us out. This is VT Loops, live looping Sunday. We got the drums. We got the bass. And we got the bass and the banjo. This is a song called Ode to the West Wind, or it's a poem called Ode to the West Wind for Poetry Month. Percy, Bysshe, Shelley. I always call him Bryce, but it looks like it is Bysshe. Percy, I call him Percy Bryce Shelley, so you better look it up yourself. And I always get confused about his relation to one of our favorite authors, Mary Shelley, so you can look that stuff up too. Okay, this is called Ode to the West Wind. Oh, wild west wind, thou breath of autumn's being, thou from whose unseen presence the leaves dead are driven like ghosts from an enchanter fleeing, yellow and pale and black and hectic red, pestilence-stricken multitudes, O thou, whose chariotest to their dark wintry bed, the winged seeds where they lie cold and low, each like a corpse within its grave until thine azure sister of the spring shall blow her clarion over the dreaming earth and fill, driving sweet buds like flocks to free and air, with living hues and odors plain and hill. Wild spirit which art moving everywhere, destroyer and preserver, here, oh here. Sorry, do a little mess up now to prevent big mess ups later. Okay, one more. Better do a solo before we get back into it. Here we go. Deep the sky's commotion, loose clouds like earth's decaying leaves are shed, shook from the tangled boughs of heaven and ocean. Angels of rain and lightning there are spread on the blue surface of thine airy surge, like the bright hair uplifted from the head of some fierce maiden, even from the dim verge of the horizon to the zenith's height. The locks of the approaching storm thou dirge, of the dying year with which this closing night will be the dome of some vast sepulchre, congregated with all of thy dying might, of vapors from whose solid atmosphere black rain and fire and hail will burst, oh here.
her dreams. The blue Mediterranean where he lay, lulled by the coil of his crystalline streams, beside a pumice isle in Bayes Bay, in solid sleep old palaces and towers, quivering within the waves' intense year day, all overgrown with azure moss and flowers, so sweet the senses faint picturing them now, for whom the path the Atlantic's level powers cleave themselves into chasms while far below the sea blooms and the oozy wedge which wear the sap